next guest is a former rugby player whose life changed in an instant in a tragic accident.
He was 28, he was fit, healthy, a professional rugby player, but a freak accident changed everything.
He was told by doctors that he would never walk again.
This photo here is actually the last game of rugby I'd ever play. I went round to a family friend's house to use their swimming pool. It was the first hot day of the year, so I went down to go and cool off. I hit my head very hard on the bottom of the pool. I couldn't move anything from the shoulders down. I had to be resuscitated 3 times. Unfortunately, we're not expecting any recovery from below the level of your injury, which means you're not going to walk again, but we are hoping that you'll have the use of your arms and hands back to a certain extent so you can be independent.
Good. And again. Nice.
I just wanted to do everything I could to try and move something so that in 6 months' time, a year's time, I could look myself in the mirror and go, that was out of my hands. But what I wouldn't have been able to forgive is if I'd laid there and not done anything, I wouldn't be able to live with the sort of what if I'd tried harder. So I set out on a mission to try and move something. Every waking hour, I was staring at my toes, just willing them to wiggle. Now, if you've ever seen Kill Bill, it's very much like that. I got to the point where I realised it was actually down to me. When I got enough activation back in my body and I could use a wheelchair, I really took ownership of my own recovery.
Sorry, I just remember we got to walk back down.
I would have loved to shaken the old me and just said, do you know how lucky you are to be alive?
These are the 4 Ps that I think are the most important to live a happier, more positive life.
Please welcome the motivational mountain climber himself. It's Mr. Ed Jackson!
It's one of the most captivating, spellbinding films I've seen in a very, very long time.
You know, you've got to make the most of the cards you're dealt, and sometimes those cards aren't very nice at the beginning, but you've just got to play them because the only other option is to fold.
I wrote a book a few years ago based on some diaries in hospital and then had a call 3 years ago saying we think this book could be a film.
People say you're a sum of the 5 people you spend the most time with. I actually believe that. Might not be 5, might be 4, might be 7, but if you surround yourself with people who are positive, who are motivated, who are aspirational to you, then it will subconsciously motivate you to follow those character traits.